Here we go again. Stephen A. Smith is going after another black man. He don't have no problem defending other groups, standing out in the gap for them, voicing his opinion loud and proud. But he always talk about when somebody come after him, you coming after a black man. But he has no problem excoriating or destroying another black man in public when he don't have to. So we all know that Jaylen Brown was in hot water with the corporations when he decided to side with Kyrie. When Kyrie was going through his thing, and Nike was punishing Kyrie, and he went and said, "Since when did Nike care about ethics?" When he said that, that enraged Stephen A. Smith. I'm talking about Stephen A. Smith's head exploded. I can't believe that he would say something like that. So now he's doing the bidding for the corporations, running his mouth when he should really mind his business. Nike don't need you to be a spokesman for them against Jaylen Brown. So he's saying that his sources are saying that Jaylen Brown is not marketable. Jaylen Brown has a bad attitude. Well, that's the old playbook that they always say about black men when black men have a voice. Stephen A., why are you talking? Why are you talking? Why are you talking? Why, if anything, why are you not giving this young man advice behind the scenes? Why are you doing the bidding for the corporate structure against a brother? But this is what he said, flashback what he said when he was on First Take.
Two, I'm going to throw this out to both of y'all. And Jay, I'm going to come to you first with this. And you say what you want to say, whatever point you was going to make. But I want to read to y'all what an NBA source just sent me. He said, Jaylen Brown, it's not so much that he's underrated. It's that he's just not liked because of his, quote, I am better than you attitude. He knows it. It's the same reason he is not as marketable as he should be. That's what an NBA source just sent me.
Jaylen Brown responded to Stephen A. Smith that said, reveal your sources, show your sources. So you have sources that's saying that I'm a problem, I'm not marketable. I'm sure they're not coaches and other players. Where is it coming from, Stephen? Who are you speaking for? Who are you doing your bidding for? Matter of fact, why are you doing this, Stephen A. Smith? We don't have any trouble. What's wrong with you? And then when he won the championship, he showed the trophy. He began to troll Stephen A., right? So then Stephen A. took to his show to double down on the things that he said, and he went as far as to say this.
You know that the Boston Celtics are the reigning NBA champions, right? And that final MVP honors went to Jaylen Brown, right? Well, Brown had an interesting shirt on that seemed to be aimed at moi while holding the MVP trophy, preparing for the parade. Take a look at this, y'all.
How we feeling, JB?
Can't complain.
You ready? You ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
That shirt, state your sources. He was referring to comments I made stating an anonymous source that told me Brown's quote-unquote attitude was hurting his marketability. Even though I didn't say about attitude, I said he's not likable in some people's eyes. That's what I specifically said. No problem. State your source. That's not going to happen. It'll never happen. Any journalist worth his salt ain't naming his sources. So let's get that out the way first. And Madison Avenue ain't giving him enough shine and attention. And asking the question, why is that? That's all I was doing. Because that's how you provoke conversation. By talking about the absence of obvious nuggets that should be inserted and implemented into a conversation. That's how you do it. And the reality is that when it came to Jaylen Brown, that wasn't happening. So, name your source. Hell no. You ain't getting it. But know that people out there saying that.
You see that Jaylen Brown, we know that he was snubbed from the Olympics, right? The Olympic basketball team. And Kawhi Leonard, he pulled out. He pulled out for reasons that he wanted to, get his body ready for for when the season starts for the Clippers. But instead of them putting Jaylen Brown on the team, they replaced him with Derek White. And a lot of people on X was voicing their opinion like, what? That don't even make sense. That makes no sense. And, people started to really figure it out, that it wasn't the players or the coaches. This is the corporations. This is Nike getting at him. So Stephen A. Smith, and himself had to double down. Well, he could have really just stayed out of it. He didn't have to voice his opinion. Stephen A. Smith, this is another black man, right? This is another, you can handle this behind the scenes, right? This is another black man. So Jaylen Brown, he got at Nike and said, "This is what we doing," and he put the funny face emojis, and then Stephen A. in Stephen A. fashion, he comes in. Stephen A. Smith comes in. Do y'all believe me now? He says, do I need to reveal my sources now? Is it not obvious now? How in the hell is a $300 million man now a champion and an NBA Finals MVP who's clearly the top 2 players on the Celtics and top 15 player in the world, not chosen for the U.S. team? Not chosen for the U.S. team. So my whole thing is we can clearly. So somebody NBA Central said Jaylen Brown doesn't seem happy about being left off the Olympic team. And then somebody responded and said it's because they're scared of any political statement Jaylen Brown could make. One of the reasons Kyrie is not on the roster too. So the people are waking up. The people are starting to have a voice. They're voicing their opinions. They're voicing their opinions, man. I don't know about this, man. I don't know, man. Then somebody else said they both stood against Nike, who funds the entire program. It's coming from them. Imagine Kyrie and Brown on that world stage in that jersey saying "Free Palestine." Them cowards didn't even think twice. Not selecting them would never be an option. So, like I said, the people, we asked you to reveal your sources. Tom Sears says, "Yeah, we're seeing the bigger picture now. This is messed up. It's supposed to be Team USA, not Team Nike. Jaylen Brown should be playing in the Olympics. It's really absurd. USA basketball allowed themselves to be pushed around by Nike instead of just saying we selecting Jaylen." So the people are speaking. We clearly see what Stephen A. Smith loyalties lie to. It definitely doesn't lie to his group. It lies to the corporations. He don't care what the people has to say at all. He's gonna do the bidding of them. And it's sad. It's a sad thing, man. It's a sad thing to see, man. And the sad part, I'll wait to the end for me to say what I'm going to say. But they also questioned Grant Hill about this, and this is what Grant Hill had to say.
Today online about maybe insinuating he wanted to be a part of this, or Nike had some sort of role in the decision. Do you have any response to why he wasn't included, as a replacement, or was he part of this process earlier?
Well, for a good portion of my career, I wore Fila. That was supposed to be a joke. Playwright. No, I mean, we're proud of our partners, obviously, in USA Basketball, but this is about putting together a team. And I'm glad you kind of brought that up, because I think just overall, you have incredible interest from an abundance of talent that we have here in the United States. And I've talked a little bit about when we assembled this roster. You can't, you get 12 spots. You have to build a team. And one of the hardest things is leaving people off the roster that I'm a fan of, that I look forward to watching throughout the season, throughout the playoffs. Guys who've been Finals MVPs, guys who've been a part of the program, guys who've won gold medals, guys who I respect, admire, and enjoy watching. But the responsibility that I have is to put together a team, and a team that complements each other, a team that fits, a team that will give us the best opportunity for success.
So as you can see, Grant Hill took the high road. He really didn't want to give his opinion on it. Also, Jason Tatum looked uncomfortable talking about it. He didn't want to give his opinion on it. You have fans from all around the world voicing their opinion. Stephen A., what are you doing? The sad part is, I'm going to say this, the sad part is, a lot of black people that we see on TV that we actually like and watch and support, we should stop supporting them. Because a lot of them will come out and say, hey, we love Stephen A. Smith, man. You are a mentor. You do this. If you know that Stephen A. is blatantly, the things that he does is belligerent to his own group, if you support him, we should stop supporting you. Because you see everything that we see. So obviously, if you support him, you agree with Stephen. Because if you really love him, check him. If he's your brother, check him. Tell him to stop. And if you tell him behind closed doors to stop and he's still doing it, then that means he has absolutely no respect for you. But I see y'all, Cameron, you love Stephen A. Smith, but you like to keep it real on everybody else. But you defend Stephen A. Smith when you can clearly see what Stephen doing. Are you in agreement with Stephen, Cameron? A lot of y'all. The only person I seen that really checked Stephen A. was Jay Will. That was a brother. It was Jay Will. Stephen A. Smith has no problem disrespecting and destroying another black man in public. None. Absolutely none. He will go to bat. He will defend, fiercely defend other groups. And he has no problem going after another black man on his platform. Absolutely none. Before the world. He don't care. But the minute you say something about him, you respond back. You attack back. Now is a problem. He has a problem. I'll never speak to you again. Listen. For all you guys out there that's on TV that support Stephen A. Smith and the stuff that he do, then you just as complicit as him. Because Stephen A. Smith didn't have to get involved in this. He could have stayed out of it. He could have talked with Jaylen Brown behind the scenes. He knows why Jaylen Brown is not a criminal. He hasn't had any essay allegations, scandals, none of that. He hasn't had any gambling, nothing. He's been a model citizen. His problem is he has his own voice. Stephen A. Smith knows it. And you're going against him for it. Shame on you. Shame on you. I'm going to cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV, man. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Cameron and Mace. I'm calling y'all out, Gillian and Wallow. Y'all say y'all from the block. You can clearly see what's happening. Why are you supporting this dude? And if you talking to this guy to tell him to stop behind the scenes and he's still doing it, then it's obvious he has no respect for y'all either. So when y'all gonna start calling them things out like Willie D do? Just calling it what it is. I don't know. Leave your comments in the comment section. Subscribe to Street Media TV. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.